Thousands of people are on day 4 now without power in the Sierra and the foothills. And while skies were blue today, the impact of this week's storms are still being felt, still dealing with no electricity, and now some are losing their running water.
Yeah, one thing after another. KCRA 3's Brittany Hope is live for us in Colfax. So, Brittany, let's start out with what conditions are like there right now.
Yeah, and let's start here at this gas station. So we're in Colfax proper, this gas station. A lot of businesses here do have power, but if you go down Highway 174 in the direction of Grass Valley, many of the communities there are totally in the dark tonight, and now some are losing out on clean water. House after house in the dark.
A lot of power lines are down, a lot of trees are down. It is a mess up here.
You can only see lots in the Shady Glen mobile home park near Colfax with our car's headlights.
Early Monday morning we lost power.
And now another problem for residents in this 55 and older community.
We have no power. We don't have power. You know what else we don't have? We don't have fresh water.
The Placer County Water Agency says the Boardman Canal was damaged from the winter storm, which is holding up water delivery. For now, they've installed these pipes, but they're not operational yet. In a statement to KCRA 3, the county is asking customers to conserve water while they work to get the system back online. They're exploring temporary solutions, including trucking in water. Residents at this mobile home park say they were given these instructions. Boiling snow.
It was a new one. We do have some pans full of snow that we have sitting on the back porch just in case.
Luckily, Jamie Matlock has a generator to power a propane stove.
Here's a pan that's been boiled.
That's snow?
And this is ready to be used.
And she'll need it.
This is what we have until it runs out tonight.
It's not just water and power, it's also the safety of structures. Neighbors tell me this overhang used to be flat. Now you can see snow is weighing it down. It's caving in the middle and water is dripping through. So there's a concern that the snow is so heavy, a lot of the structures here could cave in. Up the hill, Dave Sylvie says power outages and water shortages should have never happened to this mainly lower income community.
Trees falling that we told them about fell.
He has a generator and a pellet stove, but tonight he's worried about his neighbors who are left in the dark in freezing cold temperatures. And I want to go back to that advice for folks there to boil snow. There's some problems with that. You saw many of them don't have power, and this is a low-income senior community. Many of them don't have generators, so you can't boil snow to get water if you don't have power or a generator. We know power, we don't know actually when it's going to be on. PG&E hasn't said so. In terms of water delivery, that could hopefully start as soon as Saturday. In Colfax, Brittany Hope, KCRA 3 News.
Yeah, and for people who are waiting, that's not going to feel very soon at all. Brittany, thank you. We have some information right now about closure on westbound I-80. This is between Farad and the Nevada state line because of a jackknifed big rig. So again, the westbound lanes of I-80 are closed right now. You were saying Farad is basically right at the state line. So it's not a huge area that's closed, but that will definitely be impacting traffic through that area.
Yeah, they're saying to expect delays for some time, no estimated time of reopening, but we'll keep an eye on that.
We also want to give you a closer look at who's still without power right now, starting in Nevada County. We have specifically been looking at the progress because obviously this is such a critical issue. About 16,000 customers are still in the dark in Nevada County. 2,300 customers got their power restored in the last day.
And now to Placer County. This includes Forest Hill, where we've gotten calls from some concerned residents. 7,500 customers currently do not have power. Compared to yesterday, there's a difference of about 1,500 customers.
Checking in with El Dorado County, we've been hearing from people in Pleasant Valley, Georgetown, Somerset, Sly Park, and other areas, and you can see why. About 15,000 people are still without electricity. 2,600 have had their power restored since yesterday.
And taking a look now at Amador County, where 5,300 people are in the dark tonight, a decrease of about 1,500 customers from yesterday.
Now to Calaveras County. At last check, about 7,500 customers are without power. That's down about 300 from yesterday.
And a quick check with Tuolumne County as well. More than 2,500 people do not have power currently. That's about 1,600 fewer customers than this time yesterday.
All week, we've been hearing from people who are frustrated with PG&E's timeline for restoring power. The utility estimates it will take them 2 weeks from the time the storm hit to get the power back on for some homes. PG&E says it was prepared for the snowstorm, but it's so deep in some areas and there are so many hazards, including the threat of avalanches, they can't get access to some of the equipment that needs repairs.
We're prepared for the winter weather. However, access is another matter, and we need to make sure that we can safely gain access to our equipment in order to make these repairs. And in most of these instances where our customers have been without power for several days and still remain without power, that really is the situation. That these are in areas that we are unable to access because the road conditions are just so severe at this time.
Jeff Smith, who you just heard from there, says PG&E is in constant communication with Caltrans and other organizations about how they can access those hard-to-reach areas. He says the utility is exploring all options.
Well, fire crews in Forest Hill holding a briefing tonight to give people updates on the situation there. Discussions included when the garbage and mail service will be coming back and if PG&E crews are working during the New Year's holiday. The fire chief confirming with the utility their crews and crews from other places are working 24 hours a day to get the power back on.
So you may not see a PG&E truck up in the air doing things. It may be SMUD from Sacramento, or it could be from Edison down south, or San Diego Power, Oregon, Washington. So that's how the system works. So they'll be there. They have confirmed that.
And crews did say, though, that power is coming back on. The Todd Valley area may see services return slowly. Well, Placer County deputies were in Forest Hill, Alta, and Colfax today. They were out doing welfare checks, and they posted this video today. And you can see they had to use a special vehicle, almost like a snowcat there, to get to some of these areas. Deputies will continue on these checks through the weekend, and they say that people should call 211 for any non-emergency needs. Well, we continue to track the latest weather and traffic on the air. You can also find that in real time. Grab your phone and grab that code there you see, and that'll take you right to our live weather blog on our website and the KCRA3 app. It has everything you need to know about your area.
In addition to an emergency proclamation for 20 counties today, the governor signed an executive order to extend price gouging protections. This actually covers counties impacted by the wildfire season, but some of those counties are also being hit by the storms. Those include Amador, Nevada, and Tuolumne counties. This order supports ongoing recovery efforts.